From the veterans behind Civilization 3, Civilization 4, and Off-World Trading Company comes Old World, an epic turn-based historical strategy game. As the founder of an ancient empire, you are mortal. Every turn you are a year older, and when you die, your children will take over. As a player, you are not just founding an empire, but a dynasty. You are building a legacy. Old World has a robust, dynamic event system that creates memories and relationships with your spouse, your children, your vassals, and even your enemies. Your decisions echo across the years, leading to unexpected places, so choose carefully. We have created over 3,000 unique events, many inspired by history. Some are famous, others are more obscure. Choose from 7 founders of 7 empires and inherit not just their strengths and weaknesses, but their family trees as well. The order system fundamentally changes 4X gameplay. Instead of moving every single unit every turn, you can divide your orders up however you like. Move 1 unit 10 times, or 10 units once. With a new original soundtrack by Christopher Tin, Old World releases July 1st on the Epic Game Store. For more information, follow us online.
Hey! Hi, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
I'm associate producer here, and this is Brody. Brody, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah. I'm Brody. I'm sort of do a little bit of everything, some design and writing and QA. Yeah, excited to be here on launch day.
So we're going to be talking a little bit about all of the scenarios here between 10 and noon. And then we'll have our community game on our Twitch stream. And then at 4 p.m. we're going to have Soren for Q&A. So if you have any questions, please post them. You can also post questions in the chat right now, and we can answer any questions that you have. Old World has just launched. It's up, so you could also go play if you don't want to watch me play. So what I have here is I have our Barbarian scenario, and we pulled up a save from year 79, so we have about 22 turns until the horde appears. So I can get started there. Do you want to describe the...
Sure.
Turn my audio
yeah,
down a little bit because I know my audio is not working on the stream right now. Just mute it. All right.
Yeah, so it looks like playing as Carthage here. Yeah, so the Barbarian horde is a sort of survival-like scenario where you have a number of years to build up and expand, and then face an invasion by a bunch of raiders. Looks like so normally, yeah, looks like there's 22 turns to the invasion. So normally at the start of a game, you'll be anywhere from 60 to 120 turns, and then yeah, essentially build everything up and try to survive. Yeah. What difficulty do you have here, Amanda?
This is glorious.
Oh yeah,
we're probably pretty toast.
Pretty full on.
Yeah, and I think there have been quite a few changes to, like, I don't even remember thinking about buying. Can I even buy them as Carthage? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, tribal units, but yeah, not the raiders.
So I got my 2 workers there. It's gonna be rough. So this is the thing that's hard with this, is that at this level the raiders are like constantly trying to attack me. So I've been having problems just keeping my units alive.
Yeah, on the harder difficulties especially, you'll face a lot of sort of pre-invasion raids and definitely some hostile neighbors.
So we have Senshi X. Thanks. We're super excited. It's
Yes,
been
indeed.
amazing how far we've come. Just even in the past year, it's been really crazy. How am I gonna do this? Oh no. Don't wanna, okay, I'll put one. Oh no, I didn't want you there. There you go. So maybe move an archer on my worker. This is not gonna go well. All right, and then see, I think these guys, I'm trying to like build up a force, but then also I run out of resources at this level. The question is whether or not I should. I got 22 turns. I should probably take that other city, huh?
It looks like you did all right to expand. It can be pretty hard on the higher difficulties.
Yeah.
But then it's always a matter of balancing out whether you want to, expand and have more production, or but then be a little harder to defend, or have a sort of more concentrated defense.
Up. Sorry, I think my mic's too quiet.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sounds okay here, but I can only hear you, so I might have the volume adjusted for you.
I don't know if there's, let's see. I see what happened. There we go. This should be better.
Oh yeah.
I have my AV team in the background helping me. All right. So I'm not gonna go that way. I think I'm gonna move some of these guys south. Thank you. Right? Or should I just go tromps around? See, I think I should move these guys south so that they can take out that Dane camp. This one can get promoted. Oh no, I don't have the order. Haha, I'm cheating. All right, Eagle Eye. Yeah, definitely need to move people south. At least this will kill this guy, and then we'll. Oh no. Oh no. So more recently, so this is an older save for me. Recently, I've been playing this with my husband. So what I really like about it, because he hasn't played quite as much as I have, so we could kind of, it's a good way to teach how the combat works in the game, because it is a bit different than Civ. Oh no. I'm doomed. I should not have played this on Glorious.
Yeah, looks like you're getting pillaged a little bit there. Another difference in the Barbarian Horde is that if your cities get sacked, they'll actually be razed and unrecoverable.
Okay, this is just a nightmare. All right. So let's see, because I have an axeman in one turn, a woodcutter, 2, worker in 1. Like, why did I even build a worker there? What was I thinking? But look at all my stuff I can build. Let's see, archer. Archers are probably fairly smart. Yeah, I don't even have enough food. Look at that, no food.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my issue. Yeah. That's my problem. That's what these workers are supposed to be doing. But then I can't build. See, like, look at how not developed the stuff is. All right. So do the barbarians behave differently in this, or are they the same?
They're definitely a little more aggressive, and they sort of, like as the game goes on, they get sort of more and more aggressive towards you. Whereas, in the base game, you can play a little more diplomatically, like become at peace or even form an alliance. Here, it's like, you can sort of hold them off a little bit through diplomacy, but they're definitely gonna, yeah, they're after you.
All right. So that's why I don't have a general on here. Did I just become the drill master? Yeah, cool. And that's because I've killed a lot of units. So this was the first scenario that we put out. Goodness, was it in January?
I think it was more recent than that. Maybe, I want to say April.
My orders, look at that. Yeah, I think you're right. It feels like it's January.
Yeah, there's also some custom events. And of course, in the Barbarian Horde, there aren't other nations. You're only up against the tribes and then
And your rebels.
Yeah, rebels for sure. Oh yeah, I see you just got some.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We still have events, though.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Who's this? This is my court scholar. And that's my son. Oh, no. It's a battle about education.
Not getting along.
Yeah. So my second in line can become intelligent or insane. Or I can back away slowly, which is kind of my style. But I'm pretty doomed anyway. So, right, because I'm studying machinery so that I can hopefully get some onagers so that I can defend against the horde in like 20 turns.
Yeah, they're pretty good for that. You can sort of hide in the back as long as you have them well defended.
Yep. All right, so I will try to. Oh, this is a different event. I don't want to be miserable. Yeah, I guess we can release him from prison. We'll do this. Live dangerously. There we go. That's good. Good news. All right. So now I got like raiders and we have Solver. Let's bring him in.
Cool.
Hey. This is Solver. He's our the scenario designer for the Carthage scenarios, which we'll be going into in a couple minutes. We're doomed effectively. This Barbarian scenario I'm playing on Glorious, and it's rough, like really rough. And I chose Carthage, which is probably not the world's best idea either.
Yeah, that's like the worst nation you could play for. That probably. And,
I was testing it, you know.
Well, it's good to see that you will be dead before the actual uprising, probably.
Can happen.
I will not be dead before the actual uprising. This is actually an older save. I did die. I died at the uprising. It was rough. All right, Elephant, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think because this is an older save, it's showing the uprising size as only being 0 to 10 raiders, but that's actually incorrect.
Yeah, that's not true.
It's going to be a lot bigger at this difficulty.
See, look, I killed a thing. That's good. Good news. It's the orders are the real issue, I think, if I was playing as Persia, my life would be a lot easier. So I just run out of moves. There we go.
Got a decent bit of legitimacy.
Yeah, that's all I got going. Ah, look at that. I can get a citizen. I can employ them as scouts and get 8 orders. The 8 orders is probably pretty good.
Yeah, looks like you have some a lot of units that haven't moved yet.
Yep. Oof. Like if I could get a worker to work. Go, please repair my stuff. You're just gonna sit there. I thought I had, yeah, I have more workers. It's my army of workers that are gonna take down that rebel. So yeah, so this is the barbarian expansion or scenario. It's gonna be interesting. I could probably load up a save with the barbarians. Should I do that?
Yeah.
Let's see how scary it is.
Got one handy.
Let's see. I am in. I think it's in here. Carthage. There we go. Turn 103 is probably particularly
That's quite a few
scary.
saves you have.
Just a few. All right, we got a question from SenchiX. What are the coolest features that set Old World apart from other 4X games, in your opinion?
I'd say the order system is pretty big thing. So instead of just moving every unit to their max, you have to sort of decide what you want to focus on, and especially during times of war, you'll have to you might have to focus more on giving your military units orders while ignoring some of your putting your workers to work, or managing relationships with the different families and nations and religions, which is, of course, another big part. The event system. There's we got just over 3,000 events, or actually more. I'd say a solver with the scenario events.
Yeah, but as for the coolest features, I'll have to agree with Brody. It's, of course, orders. That's really the major feature, and that's by far the coolest thing about the game. The events are also great, but it's not a groundbreaking system in itself, because other 4X games have done events. I would like to think that we're doing them better, but it's nothing groundbreaking in itself. But yeah, the orders, the fact that sometimes you make the decision to do nothing, and the decision to do nothing is in itself a valid decision, sometimes the best decision. That's really something new that's really interesting in this game.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, orders are the reason Amanda now cannot attack all of these 500 units that are running around the screen.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it interesting is the way that the resource system interplays with the units, interplays with your orders. And like the best way to get orders if you're not playing as Persia is through legitimacy, which you do from like achieving ambitions, making your and through the event system. So they all kind of feed into each other, which is really, like, I think what makes it enjoyable is how encapsulated the whole thing is. It doesn't feel like a bunch of different parts working together. And obviously the order system is explosions is huge. So yeah, this is yeah. So like I said, I did actually make it to the Barbarian Uprising. It just did not go well from here. So I abandoned that city, and it's just, I should load the save up and see if anyone can actually beat it. But I bet you they can't, because I just did not do it. Like, I don't know. I'd have to get a lot better to be able to beat this as Carthage on Glorious, I think.
Yeah, this is also a good way to play the Barbarian Horde is cooperatively. So you can play with multiple players, and you're on the same team. And of course you have the shared goal of defending the Horde. And depending where they come from, you might have, one player who's facing like a larger part of the invasion. So then you can, sort of back up your friends, and tends to play out pretty well that way.
And in my experience, if you want to survive this, then you want onagers. There's nothing that works quite as well as they do.
Mm-hmm.
You park them on a hill, and if you can keep them alive long enough to manage a few good shots, then it really weakens the horde.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
for sure. Looks like Amanda just had one of her cities raised there in the north.
yeah, because what there was just not enough order. Like that was the issue with this game, is that I didn't have enough orders to do anything. So even with enough units, the orders just dried up. So I had issues like building these trees and getting everything in. So definitely worth checking out.
Yeah. It's also worth pointing out that it is quite scalable. You can adjust, of course, the difficulty you're on the hardest, and also the tribal aggression level. So, you know, if you want to...
Yeah, I think that's normally how I play.
Yeah. Usually somewhere in the middle.
Because I have it with, let's see, where are the barbs? I don't see it. But yeah, I think there were angry barbs. It's not good. All right, so I think we're gonna quit to the, let's do this. Can quit to the main menu, and I can load up our Carthage scenario. All right. This way no one sees all of the cloud games that I have up that I haven't played. All right.
Amanda and I are at war in one of the internal games that we have going here.
Yeah. So this is the scenario screen. So you can see this is the Barbarian horde that we just played. And so it's like a very specific situation. So the rules can be very different. So we're going to start with the Rise of Carthage. We're going to start with game 1 and kind of do a quick tour of each of the scenarios. We'll peek a little bit. Let's see. We got a good question here. Solver, you might be able to answer this one. Does the AI cheat resources on higher difficulty, or does it actually play smarter?
Yeah, the AI does not cheat in this game. So the biggest difference on higher difficulties is ordinarily that the AI starts with more stuff. That's one of the premises of the game. You're not starting on equal footing as you do in Civilization. You're a new nation in an old world, as the name suggests, and so on higher difficulties, the AI will start with more on average. It will go from 2 cities to maybe, I don't remember exactly, I think 4 or 5 cities on the highest difficulty levels. But then when it's there, then, well, that's it. The AI plays by the same rules as you do. As for acting smarter, it's not like we have any stupidity coefficient intentionally built into the game, so the AI will not try to play worse, but it does get more aggressive on higher levels and a little bit more opportunistic. Basically, it's more likely to declare war on you, and it's more likely to exploit weaknesses. And also for some players who I know enjoy an extra special challenge in the ruthless setting, we have a checkbox called Play to Win, that it's a separate setting from the difficulties. And if you check Play to Win, then the AI will really be ruthless and will do its best to prevent you from winning. So that means also invading you if you're weak, definitely not letting you sit there in peace and things like that.
Yeah, and there's also, I believe, I think in the Carthage campaign, there are certain events that only show up if you're playing at harder difficulties. Is that right, Solver?
Yeah, right. Sure. The campaign has its difficulty mostly driven through events. So there are also some changes to your starting conditions based on the difficulty, but otherwise it's events. Some events are disabled for lower difficulties, or others are disabled for higher difficulties.
Right.
Yeah, and narratively, we have it such that like you're starting as a fledgling nation, right? So when we say that the other AI might start with more cities, it's kind of like with the example that they're already developed, like more developed than you are, because that's kind of what life was like in the old world. Is there were various city states and cultures that were building up into empires, and so you're trying to build up your own empire from like one small city. So at that time, there were already existing empires. Like Egypt has been around for thousands of years. All right, so we're gonna start Oxhide, which is kind of wraps right into that, right? So this is the beginning of Carthage, right as they get founded. Yeah, so we can see. I don't know how well I am at reading this out, but yeah. So after Queen Dido of the Phoenician city of Tyre discovered that her brother murdered her husband, Dido fled Tyre and led a colonial expedition to the shores of North Africa. There, a local ruler told Dido that she may settle her people on a land that only an ox hide will cover. After cutting the hide into strips, she spent a day laying the strips into the corners of an area large enough to support a fledgling colony. Thus begins this history of Carthage, which means new city in Phoenician. So in order to seize control of its destiny, the city must grow wealthy and strong. From humble beginnings, a new power will emerge if the leadership can accomplish its goals. There's much work to do. All right. I don't know if you want to just start talking about the goals, and I won't read this out so we can start playing.
This pop-up, which we will not read now, is about some rules that are specific to this first scenario, but in general, which we will soon see, each scenario follows the pattern of having a bunch of goals. So instead of doing what you normally do in the normal game to win, you have goals which are different in each scenario, and there are 12 goals in each that you can complete. But the actual goals, some of them are predefined, so some of them you will always get. And then there are other goals which you will be able to choose depending on which families you have. And some other goals, they may just happen through events. So it's a little bit of variety. The campaign is still largely scripted, so it's probably not like you can play through it 20 times and enjoy the same scenario. But there's definitely 2 or 3 quite different ways to play through this.
I really enjoy playing the scenario, having the option to, still sort of choose different goals based on, what's available in the different families.
And also, it's that all of the base game events, they're still here. So you have some randomness thrown into each scenario from just that. And here what happens now is that we jump about a century ahead of time. So we saw the initial founding of Carthage as a very, very weak city. And then we sort of jump ahead in time to where it's a proper city and not just a colony with a small bunch of people. So Queen Dido, she committed suicide some time ago, and the city has grown. And now it will start to expand and to become something more of a nation or an empire. And therefore, the first goal comes here. So there's the goal, research 2 technologies, which is then the very first goal of the campaign.
And I get a free militia and free walls. So the technology is also a lot slower in here. Normally you would start with, oops, that's the wrong panel. Normally you would start with more, and here we only start with divination. So because it's so early in time.
Yeah, and they also take longer to develop. And here we can see that on the right side, we now have the list of goals that we should be completing. And there's even a tooltip, so some of the goals, they may have hints for them. And then on the left side, instead of the usual scores, because there's no score here, we have goal counters. So this is 1 goal active, which is the research 2 technologies. And then there are 11 goals that are still to be discovered in the campaign or in this scenario. And there's some neighbors.
Yep. So I found my first neighbor. They're the Numidians. I don't know historically if we like the Numidians or not, but we can choose whether we want to stay at peace with them and give them 6 iron a turn, or if we want to give them 8.5 money for 40 years, or if we want to refuse to pay the tribute, then they won't like us. Tricky. I'm such a pacifist. I want to pick peace.
Here, of course, the idea is that in the normal game, tribes are not so strong. They're not quite just targets, but they're not very strong compared to you. But here in this first scenario, it's the other way around. You just have one weak city, and the tribes, they are stronger than you. So it might not be the best idea to make all of the tribes angry right away.
Yeah, especially when they're right in my backyard. And I only have this one militia guy.
What
I should get married. I should get married. Ooh, I should marry the Numidians, and then they'll like me even more. It's whatever the default is, so it's strong.
Oh yeah.
So it won't be like the barbarian scenario where I'm toast. All right.
Yeah.
Ringing the bells.
It's a valid way to play the game that maybe some players want to begin with a campaign before playing other games, so the default difficulty is not too punishing.
All right.
Yeah, I appreciate how the scenario also, like for say new players, it's not like a tutorial, but it does kind of give you goals that sort of teach you some of the strategies as you go. It's helpful in that regard.
Ariel Olives. There we go. Yeah, so what I'm personally hoping to do is find a ruin event so I can get what do you call it? Maybe it'll give me technology.
Yeah, I remember when I last played this scenario, I was playing on the hardest difficulty, and I think it was like 20 years to get and when I started, it was 20 years before I would get my first technology. But thankfully, I was, through events, and I think maybe a ruins early on was able to get a court scholar, and that definitely helped my research.
Oh, I don't even have wood. Oh no, I don't have enough orders. That's the issue. Okay, cool.
That's the cool kind of randomness here in this game in general. Sometimes you get an event and it's good, and maybe you get a scholar, and then also not all scholars are made equal, so maybe you get a scholar that is particularly good with especially high wisdom, and then it's a completely different game than if you had other events at the beginning.
For sure. And sometimes, if your personalities don't match up and the scholar doesn't like you, you might not get as good of yields either.
So since she's asking how much playtime is there in the scenario roughly, and how many scenarios and campaigns are there, there's 5 currently. I don't know what a playtime would be for like the Barbarian scenario. That's almost, it's 100 turns, right? So it's probably it ends up being about the same length as a regular game, I would think.
Yeah, you can go as little as 60 turns. I mean, that's until the invasion, or up to 120.
And I feel like the Carthage scenarios are more like 2 or 3 hours total. Does that sound about right? Maybe the third scenario is longer.
Yeah, they're probably a bit shorter than Barbarians because they're limited in time. So the first 2 scenarios are up to 100 turns. And then the third scenario it's actually less in the amount of turns. It's just 60 turns, but more things happen. And then the fourth scenario is 80 turns. But they're probably a couple of hours each, so shorter than the regular game. Unless you're really trying to pull off some particularly impressive strategy where you just go and win everything. And here we are on the next selection of goals.
Yep. So I can choose. This is based on the different families I picked. So I had picked artisans for the first city and then riders for the second. So the riders want 3 military units, and the artisans want improve 5 tiles, which I think is it cumulative?
Yeah, I think that one was already counting the ones you have. Yeah.
This one's easier for me, right? Because improve is just the mines. No, it's not. It's
no. It's
not,
okay. You can do this.
It's fine. There's so many. I got my 2 workers. They'll work. They're going to improve 2 tiles in the next 3 turns, so it's fine.
Yeah, here we can see that some of the goals again they are timed. So this improved 5 tiles, you have 30 years or 30 turns to finish it.
See? Ha! I will feed them, and I will gain rhetoric, and then I'll get a goal. That's how I play.
Good reliance on randomness.
Oh man, one time it was like a really late tech because I think I had gotten ironworking, and then it gave me boats, or no, it gave me labor force, and I'm like, yes. All right, you're not going to do anything. We're out of orders, guys. What are you talking about? Okay, so I need. Let's see. All right, I gotta put my thinking cap on. I do need more units. I could build a militia here. And then this one, I don't know. I think I'm going to get a miner because I have to pay tribute to the Numidians. Renewed hope. I have a baby. All right, Princess Yasmin. She's half Numidian. I can choose to get a court minister who will help with civics. I can make my baby get a pet monkey or a pet fish. I'm not quite sure. Like, I've never quite figured out why I would ever want to do that. Unless, like, I thought I was
cute.
Die soon. I guess you keep it, right? The child doesn't have events until they're adults, so they would keep the pet fish. It'd be a very old goldfish.
I think that's right.
Yeah. Or, oh no, I can't do this because my wife is bitter. So I'm actually going to do that. Yeah. Pet fish for my baby. All right.
And I think we should now see that the Numidians, they like you a lot more because your baby, who is now the heir, is,
look at that.
100. Yep. So what I need to do is I need to build up my bank account so I can just buy mercenaries. I should probably do this. I'm going to be killing things. Although that's nice too. And scouts move on water. I'll do that. Daughter of Dido. Let's see. Oh no, I don't want to make them mad. We're going to keep them happy. We're going to spend all the money that I was going to buy mercenaries with on keeping those guys happy. You should just sleep. Go back.
Well, now, thanks to your good relationship, those mercenaries should also be a bit cheaper than ordinary, because that also affects the price.
Yeah. Desert people. I want metal. See, I feel like we have a lot of these discovered events popping now. I don't know if the rate should be lower. King Malchus can become... That's useful. Yep.
I'm trying to figure out if I've actually seen this event ever before or not.
I definitely have. I have to decide whether or not the nets are worth it. But here we have a lot of nets, and we have the camps. The elephants are camps, so it makes sense. Uh-oh, we got these guys. So I don't really... They don't like me. They're further away. And let's see. Oh yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready for that yet, but I will get 4 legitimacy for it. No, I don't want to be meek. I'm going to do it.
For legitimacy, that's a very big increase over what you have.
Yeah. Yep.
And you're pretty safe from the other tribe right now, so it's probably...
The Numidians will come to my aid. We just need to, let's see, control 3 workers. Yeah.
And a reminder in general about legitimacy was that you want it mainly for orders, as that's the main source of your orders.
Yeah.
Also good for family opinion, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that event for the workers. So the reason why this site was so important is because the dyes, so they're snails. I didn't realize they were snails. I just knew they were shellfish. They have a purple dye that they can use, and apparently it was far cheaper than whatever method they were using previously.
to create the purple dye that was like really popular.
Yeah, that's the ancient cosmetics industry that was so popular and could earn a lot of money with that even back then.
Yeah. So that's kind of how when we have all this trade going on later on, you know, that's kind of what they're trading. There was kind of the valuable resource from this area. And I assume lumber. Yeah.
Also metal and silver later on. So.
Court Scholar, right on.
Yep. Gotta bump that science up. Can I tutor you yet? No, you're still 1. I just have the 2 orders, and it's like, I guess I'll take the money and run. All right, so that gave me 2 improved tiles.
You have lots of wood, so you can get to work on some nets.
Yep, probably. And well, I have the new, so this, yeah. So that's why I do that, so that I can, let's see, do I want, oh, I don't have animals yet. Nets. Nothing but nets. Because that'll give me money.
And then you also have one of the shrines available, which boosts adjacent nets, so you can go for that later if you want to.
Yeah, the Melkort Shrine.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
So many times that Melkort Shrine is not useful. And then if you play on like the ocean maps and such. There we go. Wham. Might cheat. Got my thing. Hey, freight train. Thanks so much. Got that. So then I finish one goal and the new goal comes up. So that's the other thing that I do strategically is think about when I'm going to build that 3rd worker, because I always feel like it procs a lot of quests.
Yeah, but that's because you've played this scenario so many times, right? So you know what's going to happen.
Well, it was much more difficult when I started playing it. You had to do that, I think, when I started. Not just because I was newer, also because the goals were a lot harder. All right, I'm gonna need that quarry. This is the problem, is that I feel like I need everything.
Tough decisions.
Because the camps will be useful. Well, not really, because you got to build them up to get the order. Slingers are nice. I want these things, but they're not available yet. I think I'm going to do
always
stone.
short on stone, so yeah.
Yeah, stone's normally the right choice, but then I always want to consider maybe not stone.
Yes. Here you have some really nice spots for quarries as well, next to mountains where they can produce a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially. Let's see, so this is the goal to construct 3 biremes. Because these guys, we don't like each other, so I can totally take this city someday when I have an army. Don't tell them.
Yeah, so here we have the map borders. It's the first scenario you cannot go very far in that direction. Relatively close to your own homelands.
Yeah. The trick is remembering that the ocean opens up on the next turn. Oh. Should that happen? Look at that. Came up. So this ended, but I have warriors now, and I gotta build warriors.
And the warrior is also more expensive than outside of the scenario, so it's a good idea to have that miner first.
But
60 signs.
The Libyans don't hate me that much. I can take 40. Yeah.
They will now, but you're getting 60 signs.
It's only 40 opinion. They still like me. We're still buddies.
Oh, another 90.
See? Like, I'm going to take all the science. Wham! And then I'm gonna do
You
this.
got nine turns worth of research in one.
I
turn, so
know.
that's really lucky.
I'm just lucky. Choose labor force so I can get the boats.
Now I'm itching to just go in and ban the science events from the scenario.
You gotta make specific Carthage specific ruin events that are not great.
Yeah, you go in and you lose everything.
And then you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh no. You minus science events. Is she old enough to be tutored yet? No.
Well, she's 4. Let the kid have some childhood in peace.
All right. Stockpile 500 stone. Oh, this is because I unlocked the stone. All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you'll have 400, so you only need a couple of quarries, and this will be easy for a change. This one
Or I
is
could just
usually pretty
buy
hard.
it. I could just buy it.
No. You need to
Right.
improve 2 more tiles anyway, so you add 2 quarries, and then you have
Yep.
it.
2 and
Yeah.
1.
Oh, gotta get all the goals. All right. Where am I going to build my silly court? Oh, look at there. There, 7 points. That's good. Do that. Except it wants to be a mine. But you're wrong. We need stone. Don't tell Alex I said that he's wrong. I have someone commenting on your name. Solver.
Yeah, been called that for a long time since back when forums still existed.
We just call them Discord now.
It is
Yeah,
a,
not
is
the
an apt
same
name.
It really is.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So I can what do I pick? I got the I got the dies at least built, so I can do that. I don't have enough military. I didn't pick the build 3 military units. Oh, I should care about how my families feel about me. See, the traders don't like me that much, or the artisans don't like me that much. So maybe I'll do
Yeah,
that.
if you send 2 dice to both of them, they will like it quite a bit more, but you need specialists.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Yeah,
specialists are
don't like
always...
specialists.
You always want them, and then you always end up being disappointed. Seeing
It takes
that you
forever.
don't yet have, especially some of them.
And then the other part too is my growth isn't the best yet either. So let's see, this wants to build a Tanit shrine. It always recommends a Tanit shrine over the other shrines. Let's see, where are they? Because yeah, a start shrine will give me more growth, which will be good for those dies. Or I could do this.
Yeah, I think you should build them nets instead.
Yeah.
That gives you growth.
Yeah, because it gives me like 3 growth instead of 1.
Also, it lets you keep the stone, which you need.
The sea peoples. Ooh. Uh-oh. We got more cheats, more hacks. We got a basic UI question from Night Goo. Some dialogue with choices gotta close and minimize icon top right. Yeah, it just closes it. So if you minimize it, it turns it into this little tiny thing.
If you close it, you can open it back up. It'll just
Yeah.
be
So like if you don't
bottom
want the beautiful art for some strange reason, you can make it minimized if you're just trying to.
You can also
like,
just show closing, because then you
Yeah.
can get it back up there from there.
Yeah, because you might not want to worry about, like, if you're in the middle of a battle, right, you might not want to think about the event until you're done moving your fighting units. So, but you do have to resolve the events before you end the turn. The same thing, you have to choose production before you can end your turn.
Yes, occasionally I'll just have an event where it's like a really difficult decision. So I'll just be like, well, I'm going to handle the rest of my turn first and then come back to that.
So, and I don't know if minimizing it, like if it remembers that you chose to minimize and will always show the minimized. I got a free bioreme. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think.
Sorry, Solver.
It's okay. You're excused for playing on a lower difficulty here. So, let's say this is intended.
Yeah, got one more there.
Well, that's a lot of ruins.
There are a lot of ruins, yeah. It's important to scout this area before we go to war. And I have 6 orders. I'm not complaining. They're going to convert to money, but it's really not much I can do until those warriors are built. Origin of the state. Let's see.
Cato.
Yeah.
I like the historical irony of Cato showing up in Carthage.
I can make him a courtier. But then he's a minister. I don't really need that many civics. My families aren't that unhappy, so I'll take culture. Combat training. I guess that's good because that'll bump my total. Ooh, why do I have? Oh no! Why does? Oh no! Is that random? Does he always start with terrible battle skills?
No, he's a bit random. Your first game is slightly randomized.
I'm going to train 2 specialists, and I have 1 specialist already, so let's see, did it do it? See, this one remembered.
Yeah, that one I remember specifically was a catch by one of our cool testers.
Cool. So Palash asks, each turn is 1 year, so we're in the Stone Age, 700 to 600 BC. So the main game is set in classic antiquity. Solver can talk a bit more about the specific time frame for Carthage being founded.
Yeah, here in the scenarios we actually have a year in the top left, where it says turn 15. It also says now is 685 BC, so that's the rough time frame of the first scenario. In the main game we have classical antiquity as a setting, but we don't have exact years. In the Carthage campaign we have years that are more or less historically appropriate, so from around 700 to then the next 5 centuries it will end around 200 BC. That's a suspicious amount of ruins. Now I'm actually thinking we need to double check if an extra ruin hasn't snuck into the map somehow.
I don't think so. It's because the landmark events keep popping up.
Yeah. Improved 5 tiles, 2 goals complete.
Yep. Glory, glory.
And they will worship Melkart. So
yay! I get the shrine to Melkart. It's smart enough to place it where it should go?
Let's see.
Where'd it go? Nope. Rip. Right?
I think if Alex sees this, he will cringe so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a little bit of historical anachronism with the nations that we have, because the game is set in classic antiquity, and like Egypt was really an empire much earlier than the others, and similarly Carthage too. But I think it adds a lot of flavor, and it is kind of like what could have been. It's the rise and fall of these nations is really fascinating. like the rise of Babylon is just crazy to me.
Yeah, that's also good to know that we are heavily history inspired, but we're not going for a historically accurate game, not necessarily. So here you can get stuff like Egypt being founded while Rome is already a powerful empire. Oh, you get the best event in the game. Come on, Amanda.
I mean, is there a
Or
question?
What was the other? Oh,
I
yeah.
could put it in a zoo.
Yeah, war elephant. Yeah, this is definitely the game's best event. That's my favorite.
The very best.
When you
I can name him. I'm gonna
get
name
an
him.
early war elephant. Then you can
What
just
should I
go.
name him?
How about
Who's the expert
Steve?
here on elephant names?
I think Steve is a traditional elephant name.
I think so.
In ancient Carthage, definitely.
Yeah.
Now that we have Steve, we can start pushing. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I can promote him because I have enough training. That's okay. Wait, the name. Sorry, I gotta remember. Libyans. Oh, I have another ruin event.
Oh no.
Does it give me free? Yes. All right. Sorry. So Libyans have yes, Libyan cavalry. Yeah. So I want him to be a horsebane. Steve
Yeah,
the elephant.
the Numidians also have cavalry. So
Yeah.
it's a very-
So he's going to be Steve the horsebane elephant.
Nice.
Then my boat that is not docked left the dock yet because I just ran out of orders. Oh, I forgot I was being attacked. Oops. It's a good thing I'm on the strong. I'm looking at Paulus because when don't you choose Paulus? I could do this and get sovereignty quicker, but wood is good. Do Paulus. All right. Oops, this guy exists. Good thing we have Steve to save the day. That won't kill
yeah,
it.
look at that. Oh, wasn't that the full?
No, it
Not quite.
didn't give it the crossbones.
Oh.
I got 2 events. This is tricky, right? Because I do need science, or do I? At this point, but
not with an elephant, maybe.
yeah, that's true. As long as I don't kill my elephant, I'll be fine. Paying our dues. Oh, right. Yeah. So tires come knocking. So they're bigger than us. I don't know what happens if because I'm scared. So I always pay them off.
Same.
Don't know what happens if I see that makes them unhappy. My fam jams.
And if you don't pay them, there's this suggestive could lead to future events. It's like taunting.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong if you don't pay?
What could go wrong? I'm gonna do it. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
I've never chosen this before. So.
Curious to see.
Yep, that's where I'm at. All right, so we killed the thing. It's dead. Cool. I need. Let's see. I need 4 cities. But it's not time, so that's fine. And I don't need to build improvements anymore.
I think you should be able to hire a Numidian about now. You have enough money, I think. Let's check one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, he's real cheap.
Yeah. If we're friendly, I could probably buy 2. There we go, and then I can take out the Numidians soon. Right, like there's a barb camp there, but until they raid, it's really not gonna matter any.
I usually go for that barbarian camp.
I
first
know.
because it doesn't
Yeah, same.
require
I do
declaring
too.
war on anyone. But
All right, what's he gonna build? Oh, right, because he's on water, so he can't show me what to build. I need husbandry. Like, whoa. Could build a shrine. Yep, build a shrine there. Oh, but the money shrine's probably better. Yeah, I'll do that. And my scout. It's really just for clearing it out. There's probably nothing in here.
Hopefully no more ruins.
All right, and then this one, he can slowly mosey back. Oh, I forgot I have a boat. I should probably just send my boat out to look at things. So I'm going to start marching these guys to go and attack that barbarian camp. Not literally marching them. So we can march them. So like they can move 3 because they have 3 pips. And if I force march, then it'll cost 2 orders to move them.
And some training.
Yep. That's why I like Philip in Greece. And you can do the Olympiads and like pop out a whole bunch of training. And all right, so I need let's see, I need to get dyes in 32 years, and that'll take 7 years. But I really need the settler. I'll do that first. 7. Oh, I gotta do the boat. I'm gonna move you back and then move the boat. Which I should name Bodie McBoatface.
Another traditional name.
I'll just name it Bodie.
If I was playing, I'd name it Broti.
Oh no. So yeah, this camp's kind of built up a lot. That's the trick, is in a regular game, you start with 1 military unit. So if you're on the case, you can take out 1 barbarian camp pretty quickly. Do these guys have route?
I don't think so.
No. That would be a bit too powerful for them.
Hey, Jamoni, thanks.
Thanks, Jamoni.
Thank you.
Elephants move so slow. Surprising. And yeah, the raiders hit hard. Oh, event. Oh, I missed. See, I missed when I could train her, but then I ran out of orders.
You can still tutor well.
Yeah, but you don't.
But
It's not as valuable. I'm gonna do tactics. Did I only have the 1 kid? See, why did I give her a fish? I could have been. Oh, right, because she would have been mad at me if I was romantic. Yep. So I can tutor her, so she'll be smart. Get the wisdom. So just that 1. I'm keeping him there for the next raid that comes. Eat my city. And then let's see, I have a fair amount of wood. I really wish I had oh, I like building farms near the cow. I run out of orders, or I don't have enough wood.
Yeah, this one's really difficult to build because you have to chop twice.
yeah.
I have Satoru. Thank you.
Thanks, Satoru.
Thank you.
Super excited. Good news. She's thriving. I can make her even smarter, or I can make her affable, and then it'll be more growth. It's hard. Make her affable. I think her mom will hate her now, but that's fine. All right, so here, this horse is kind of damaged, so I don't really want him in the front. All right, the Abacan, the game looks very good. You can draw the attention of many discontented public from the civs. It is a matter of making more people realize that you exist. Yeah, we are an indie team, so while like Brody, he's one of the scenario designers, and he also does a fair amount of QA. Solver is also a scenario designer, and honestly, he does a lot of like regular bug fixes, code fixes. Myself, I do a whole lot, so I think that's part of it, is just being an indie team. We don't have the same kind of marketing strategy that like you can get. Oh no, I want to go here. There we go. That you can get from like a larger studio. So we're hoping we can, I hope the game reviews well and we can, get more people knowing about the game and playing it. Did I get the river right? Yes. Cool. We have Senshi. Yeah. Thanks. It means a lot.
Senshi.
All right. This is ranged. Yes, this one's ranged. Can you? Yeah. Boom. You're ranged. Yes.
Oh, that horsey is in trouble.
I know he's in trouble, but he won't move, so he's safe there. Oh, I guess he's ranged too.
That's a ranged one.
No, he's dead. Rip. I should have fled. It'll be worth it. In private. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is this event. I haven't gone to this event in a long time. Wait, this is different. This isn't the event where I get foolish for meeting with the person.
Huh.
Yeah. So the families don't like me that much. Let's see. I don't want her to be estranged. Wait, she's the Numidians, right? We're buddies with the Numidians, so I don't want her. Being proud is cool. Oh, and I'll fix my military issue for the cost of 1 wisdom. I'll do that. The families hate me, though, so I got to figure out how to pay off this family. Oh, he doesn't hate me that much.
Still in the positive.
Yep, still good.
If you could just get a little bit more money, you should be able to do influence. By now you have a fair amount of civics you can influence the family heads, I think.
Yeah. All right, that's all those people. They're all moved. They're worker free. All right. This one was going to build a farm. Bodhi is on the way. There's that last ruin. Got to figure out. I need more than 1 boat to get it, I think.
You have the exploration law, so you don't need a boat at all.
Oh, right. I forgot. Does that work?
Yeah, that's
why I did.
The whole point of exploration.
I was so smart back then when I made that choice. Except my poor horsey. Rip. And just buy more. The other trick, I guess I could buy the Libyans units and then fight them against themselves. All right.
Is there any kind of, just considering that strategy you mentioned, is there any sort of penalty, like, if you're fighting rebel units that are of the same family, is there, I don't recall if there's a penalty if you are fighting like the same tribe against themselves, essentially?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think there is the mercs are loyal to you once they are paid.
Yeah.
Because you're paying them enough.
Yeah, you're paying them enough.
Yeah.
But if they didn't like you that much in the first place, they're going to demand higher salaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. No, I don't have. Let's see. There we go. See, because that's 360, right? and the other ones were like 250. It goes up it goes up each time, right?
Yeah, but it only goes up for that tribe, I think. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, if people like you, then they are more willing to do stuff for you.
I can do this. Make it easier for that scout to get on through. Oh, so can the scouts harvest the fish if they're in the water?
Yeah,
Can I?
I believe so. But I might be a liar.
We'll see. Oh, I should have. Let's see.
Missed the fish.
Hacks. Oh, well, that doesn't help. I'm too far from a friendly city.
Oh.
All right, I have 2 more orders. I already got her a tutor. I have enough money I can influence him. I should just do that. And then I'll come up with a bad event, but we'll see. Yay. She's smart. The mongrel. Compassionate. Strict. I like strict. Cruel is bad. Also, yeah, she'll lose her affable powers if I do that. All right, so I took that site. Only lost 1 horse in the process. Oh, I kind of, yeah, again with the undo. Haha. Fortify. Oh, I got a worker. What's my worker gonna do? Yeah, farm is good. I get the food. And then, right, too far from a thing. Wham. Money.
Money.
Yep. Can just stay there for now. You're gonna sleep. Boat. Yay! I influenced the oligarch and no one knew about it. Sometimes it makes they're like, oh, you're weak because. Oh yeah, see, I can harvest the fish.
Cool.
Great thinkers. One of our most prosperous neighborhoods has become home to a burgeoning intellectual movement. Money, money, money. The minister is
That's expensive.
civics. Yeah. Did my daughter get married yet? I'll marry them now. That's a terrible idea, but I like doing it. Oh no! I could get a free archer.
You could sell some
Sell some stone.
iron. Stone.
Yeah. Oh, iron. Look at that iron. All right. How much do I need? 250. I have 180. Yeah. Wham. Go home. Go to your newfound home, Merc. All right, they'll start moving south, and I'll start taking Libyan camps. Oh, right, my free archer. Free. All right, so you built that. I probably want more stone. 17 turns, not a lot. Control 4 cities, 3 biremes. Oh, I need another worker at some point. So, should we move to the next scenario? I think it's a pretty good guess of how this one works. I'll save it because why not? All right. So that is, so if I, there we go. So yeah, I'll go to the second scenario.
Thanks, Maria.
Thanks.
So the second one is Riches and Influence. I hit start. There we go. You can load in, like if we had played through the whole game, we could load in our save from the previous scenario, and then it'll remember which cities you founded and which families there were. So this is the rise of Carthage. So the time is a bit different. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. We're counting backwards because we're BCE. So now we're at 575, and we're much more developed than where we were before. So control 6 workers is the first goal. Yeah, I have some. It's almost lunchtime here, so we have a very excited toddler getting ready to eat. All right, so this is the second scenario. What's really great with the goals is if you're just kind of coming into this, you kind of know, like you have a framework for what you should be doing when you get started, because you could be kind of overwhelmed with, like, there's that barbarian camp. We have the Phoenician Islanders. We have our Navy. Because, we don't know if people are going to be coming into this their first time using boats. This might be their first experience with it. So we wanted to make sure that we had additional help, because the way that boats work is, not always intuitive. Am I muted?
No, not at all.
Okay. Oh, you're thinking my game is muted. Yeah, the game is muted. Thanks, No Legs.
No legs.
Also want to offer some thanks back to No Legs in return, as that's one of our esteemed testers who has helped polish the game quite a lot.
I think he's going to be part of the community stream starting at noon. There's going to be a community multiplayer game going.
I think he's crushed me once or twice in multiplayer games as well.
All right. So these units, this is the thing that I was confused about, is that this is not a range. This is a Balearic range.
Yeah, that's special and cooler. So the second scenario begins to introduce some things that are specific to the campaign. Like this Balearic range is a special building that only appears here this once, and then that unit Amanda has in the city that's not a regular slinging, that's a Balearic slinger, which is much better and cooler.
Yeah, those are good units.
Yeah, and the capital should right now, if I recall correctly, be building the Sacred Band, which is another special infantry unit that's available in 2 of the scenarios.
So, yeah. So they're much more interesting, and so it's sort of like the religious units where this will pop out more slingers. You can't build the slingers in here, but you can build the Sacred Band in the Carthage. Let's see. Bit of a scope. How did COVID affect old world development as a team? Yeah, I think that might be a better question later at 4 when you're talking to Soren, because a lot of us joined after the COVID restrictions had gone into effect, because that's when we kind of finished ramping up production. So for us, it's been really great because we all live all over the world. So it's been wonderful to be able to work with such an amazing team. I think we really benefit from working with people who are really like experts in their field. So they're already really good at communicating with each other. And then the other thing too is I think all of us are kind of online people. So for me, like I'm used to doing like high-end raids and stuff. And I know Solver's been part of the Civ community for a long time. So
I think describing that as online people, that's one of the most generous description I've heard of us. I will have to adopt that.
I mean, I'm describing myself, so.
Also applies to me very well. I just really like the terminology there.
All right. I don't know if I got my anchorings figured out right. All right.
Yeah, you can see the overlapping range.
So,
right? It overlaps your
yeah, but
borders on both
does
sides.
Yeah, sometimes that's finicky. I don't know if it'll work. I'll have to wait till next turn.
Should be
No
good.
Legs is asking if it's the strong. This is the strong. Because it's just the default. It was way simpler than trying to figure it out. It was kind of more of a tour than anything. All right, they anchored this turn. Oh, right, I got to build all the workers. So I was going to look at the city view. This is my hacks. And then, like, see Carthage and Hedrumptung. They have lots of... So these are the ones that are better to build. So I don't want to build to Cape and Balearic Islands. Oh, actually, Balearic Islands needs a worker because there's no worker there yet. I already have 2 workers. Right, yeah. And then, like, Takape doesn't get a worker. Sorry. Because it's got no farms. So it'll take... Oh, it only takes 5 turns. That's not bad.
Yeah, boats are pretty huge in this scenario. I remember just like covering the whole coast with them so I could move my units along quickly. Ended up settling on the as far west as you can go.
Yeah, I usually do the same. You don't have to use a lot of boats on this scenario. You have to use a couple, at least, but you can win with 2 boats. But then if you build 8 or 9 boats, you can cover everywhere, and you get super fast movement from mainland to the Balearic Islands, and then even further as you explore. It's really convenient.
Yeah.
We got more questions. We got lots of people thanking us. Thank you, everyone, saying how wonderful the game is. Really appreciate
Yeah, thanks
it.
so much.
Thanks.
We have a question. Where are we from? I'm from upstate New York.
I'm in Western Canada, Vancouver Island.
And I'm in eastern or southeastern Sweden. So yeah, very, very global.
Yeah, pretty spread out. Yeah, we've got team members all over the place.
And then Alex pointing out the trader workers are better than others. They're not better than all others. They're not better than cleric family workers. They just build roads faster, right? Oh, look at my dog going.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm better per se, but the road ability is sometimes very nice. Then the best workers are the ones you have, because you never have enough anyway. So
It's too true. Or enough orders, one or the other. All the workers, none of the orders, or all the orders and no workers. All right, yeah, because here I think I choose the Byreme because it's got ingenuity. Because it's 20 years to get the 6 workers. Yeah. Worker. This is the Explorer boat.
No Legs says we need a French person on the team. Maybe No Legs can be our honorary French team member.
And I can send things to go attack. This is only the first turn. This is terrible. All right, so I'm gonna try to attack these guys. Uh-oh, I ran out of orders. Zoink, nope. All right, we're just gonna end the turn. Next turn we'll do that. It's because I I parked this here. How many people have worked on this game? A lot, I would say, probably, because like if you count all of the composers and everyone who's been with us throughout the whole process, you can look in the credits, it'll help. But probably like more than 30. We have like a core team of people, and then we have contractors and things.
Yeah, I'm sure
Poor
it's more
Solver
than
gets
30.
covered up when the comment comes on. I know. I don't know if there's a way I can.
No, yeah. Well, let's not do that. I'm very glad to be covered up in this part of the time. That makes the stream much better.
We could take turns. I don't know if you can pop me down below there.
See, I don't know, because I took myself off, right? If I take you down. Oh, there you go.
There we
But
go.
I have to be in the first position, I guess, because I'm the steering the ship. All right, tyranny or constitution? It's tyranny. Siege has ended. Oh, right, we have history going on too. So yeah, Nebuchadnezzar II is the founder of Babylon. Yep.
Yeah, so this is basically about a really, really uneasy time for the whole Carthaginian civilization. Descends from Phoenicia, and Babylon decided to put an end to Phoenicia. It didn't quite do that, but it weakened Phoenicia greatly to the point where it was not so rich anymore, not so influential. And, well, this is you then trying to build Carthage, a former colony, into something that's as powerful as Phoenicia once was, which means a lot of ships, a lot of economy, and making sure nobody dares attack you. So you have these settlements that we saw on the islands, and now is the time to decide how to deal with them.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna conquer them.
Always conquer.
I don't always conquer them.
Oh, come on. I always conquer them. The only time I go for the peaceful option is just to check that it's working in the first place.
I think I conquered them as well. I usually go for the peaceful option, but in that case, I
I don't think it
couldn't
makes
contain myself.
it doesn't really. Yeah, no. There was the one time that I conquered them after allying with them.
Yeah. You didn't ally with them, but you said you would ally with them, and then you attacked them. Yeah, that broke the scenario because I couldn't anticipate that somebody would do such an evil thing. Actually promise and then break the promise. So now there's a special event that will only ever trigger just for you in case you do that.
Heard about Orwell picked up. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm evil. Be real fun. We're gonna have. I'm not gonna fight these guys yet. I don't have to declare. I didn't declare war on them, right? I just said I was gonna conquer them.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, so I gotta take this barb camp first and stuff, and then I gotta keep these guys down here because they'll be raiders. But I can move this. This is just a boring vanilla slinger. Him.
For me, it's irresistible here to conquer them because in a couple of turns, the sacred band pops out. It pops out on turn 3 or 4, depending on whether you assign a governor. And then you want to use that unit, so of course the island colonies, they have to die.
Those are pretty strong units.
Oh no, he's in a tree. So my Balearic Slinger is not going to be OP, but... Alright, and I did upgrade that one, because that's what I do with that one. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I do. And, like, I never do anything in the Balearic Islands. I just... just feeds my army. Alright, so now...
The Balearic Islands, they have quite a lot of resources, actually. So if you make one worker there and send another, you can get quite a contribution.
I'll cut all these trees down first, and then I'll build the camp in. Which I guess is a good point.
2 fish or 3 even.
Yep. Yeah, because now we start with more tech. I don't know why I have citizenship. That's kind of crazy. You give us a lot.
Well, that's because citizenship was not so far along in the tech tree earlier, but let that be so.
Yeah, we added citizen construction to the city menu.
Yeah,
Rather
that's
late.
one of
I think it's
last minute changes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, specialists.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to have that there.
Yeah. It is really nice. It's like there's, we tried to make it so like it highlights so you can see which one it's building. But if you have like multiple farmers, it can be a bit weird, but I think it works well. Plus you can always click on it.
I don't think you can have multiple farmers on the list there. So if
no, it'll only say one, and then I think it picks the best one.
Yeah, but it will also highlight the
It'll
right
highlight
one,
it so you know where it's going. Should I put a governor in?
Yes.
So yeah, me. All right. I have a question. How long did it take to create it? It was about 5 years, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
whole
about
process. But yeah, there were also some production breaks and periods where it was going on for slower. So, but yeah, a 5-year project all in all.
Soren's brain doesn't stop though, so I don't think there was actually ever a break.
Yeah.
And just so we don't credit ourselves too much, none of the three of us have been here for 5 years.
No.
No. Later editions.
All right. Let's see. Translated. Yeah, this is a question we get a lot. So right now we don't have any translations in the game. It's only available in English. We're hoping that as we continue to work on the game, we'll have the ability to translate into a number of languages. But right now we're just focused on making sure this launch goes well. Which, I mean, the game's out. It looks like we're doing fairly well. Let's see. We have the detailed images appear when you click on the units. Look great. Those are what do you call? I can close this out here. These on the unit. Yeah, so this is Jason. Yeah, Jason created all these. So he would take once we finished the unit, he would go in and like paint them all pretty so that each unit has its own little custom art.
The game as a whole is pretty, but aesthetically, the portraits are definitely my favorite part. I really like all the character portraits and then the unit portraits, which are in the same style. This kind of
the event art.
Painted aesthetic. Yeah, the event art is all very, very good and the same aesthetic. Looks really great.
Yeah, except this one doesn't have event art.
This one doesn't. That's because I sometimes write so much text that the event art doesn't fit, so I have to remove it off.
I'm super excited, reading lots of questions. We have a question about DLC. We don't have any plans for future DLC right now. We're waiting to see how the game does, and hopefully we'll have more to share later. And let's see. We keep getting destroyed every time I start up an old world game. My suggestion would be to look at the Discord if you can join there, and if there's specific things that you're struggling, that you're having, if it's like a question like you don't know how to play the game, people can help you out there. If it's like I think one of the big things, people coming into this, they think that they can they're on equal footing with the other AI units, with the AI nations, and that's not the case. So like trying to build up your military more before attacking. But definitely check out the Discord, because we have like that's the thing that's really great about making this game, is that the community is really great and strong, and like the Carthage scenario wouldn't be where it was at without having community helping play and giving us feedback. So definitely, like, I would lean on the folks in the community team and our fans to do that. Yeah. They sneak attacked me when I was at peace because their leader died. I didn't have gold to play. Yeah.
Yeah, another thing you can try is when you're starting a new game, if you go to the event setup, you can change the because usually the AI nations will start with like more than one city starting out, but you can change their development to be set it to none, so they'll just start sort of the same as you.
Yeah. Also, if you just want to learn at a more relaxed pace than the very bottom, so the first difficulty level is a good thing to learn on, because on the lowest difficulty, the AI will never declare war on you, so you only fight on your own terms or not
Right.
at all. So yeah, that's a difficulty that's there specifically for people who like to learn at their own pace and without so much pressure coming externally.
Yeah, it's definitely like when I started playing, I was lower difficulties and then just kind of scaled up.
And I think starting with the scenarios also helps. So like this is on strong, which is, you know, fairly high. I mean, it's mid-level difficulty.
It's mid, yeah, it's mid.
Oh wait, do I want to do this? It is not time. I'll wait. I'll get more units over there. So like
You chickened out.
well, I want more units. I gotta line them up. So yeah, so I think the scenarios are really nice because you start with things already set up in a way where you can like jump in and attack things versus I think when you start from the beginning, there's a bunch of setup to make sure that your resources are getting generated properly. And a lot of times like you don't want to pay tribute to those, you know, other nations, and you kind of have to pay tribute when you start. All right, so I popped out a settler, didn't I? No, I popped out the Balearic thing. I need a settler. I need too much stuff.
You built a sacred band there in Carthage.
And for some reason I chose to field 3 axemen because I wasn't reading. Boats are always the answer.
But then, now you can make a settler in Carthage.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the answer. I have enough military. Oh, come on. There we go. There's so many things I can do here, though, instead. Yep. Because 8 turns for a settler is painful.
You can rush him later. You have strong culture in there, so you can build him halfway and rush. I do that when I get impatient.
And what does it want me? Oh, I can build the Oracle. Should do it just for the lulz. Stronghold. I don't want the stronghold here. I want the stronghold in here. See, we got it set up though, so we already have that. Or am I building my stronghold down there?
That's a garrison, not a stronghold, right?
Right, yeah. We already have the. I'm already set up to build a stronghold down there.
No.
Yeah. So, let's see. It's annoying the garrisons. Oh yeah, so I'll build it. Where's my worker gone? Oh, I only have 1 order left. Tears. Worker. You're gonna go here. Oh no! I didn't think about that. Let's see. Our go live is not right. The issue is I can't play and also edit the live tags at the same time.
Chinese talk show. So there was a question about whether we recommend playing the game in multiplayer with events enabled, because there is an option when you're setting up whether you want to disable characters, which essentially, cuts out events and generals. And I'd say it definitely makes for a more interesting game leaving them turned on. It's a little less balanced, like if you want to play a strictly sort of competitive like military game, then you might want to turn off characters, but generally I have a lot of fun playing with them turned on for multiplayer as well.
Yeah, it can almost be thought of as two very different multiplayer modes. So for the competitive mode, you don't want luck to decide anything, so you want characters off. But then if you, maybe we have play by cloud and so on, so we have support for games that maybe last at a slow pace for weeks or months, and then you might want characters on just to get the full experience.
All right. And, does it randomly pick the families, or is it always going to be trader family as the...
If you don't import a save, then it's going to be traders here. There are families in the scenario, but if you import a save, then it's going to be whatever you had in the last one.
Does the game have a hot seat mode? Yes, it does. So you can play with your friends that you live with or whatever. Invite people over.
Yeah, quite like hot seat mode.
And it has, when it switches between turns, it'll bring up a panel so that you can't see what everyone else is doing. I want the miner. It's good because it'll spread the borders. I want that. That's what I want. I need axemen. Why did I pick that?
Oh, wait. You don't have steel, so it's
I know. I gotta wait until I get steel. See, if I pick boats, I'd be all good except for the lack of trees. Best military unit I can pop out. So I don't have wood. Let's see. I can make my workers go chop down trees. Oh, I need 6 workers. Oh wait, I don't have.
You don't have orders
trees.
anyway. No.
It's like it's a loop. I have nothing. All right, I'm trying to build what's in here, and I could just buy a spearman, but I don't really need them yet. I want more boats. But this is the wrong city, so I'll build a treasury so I get money. There we go.
No, a couple more treasuries. That's the beauty of Carthage. You get so much money, you can just buy anything you don't have here.
I know. That's how I roll. It's so good. All right. So you're going to go here so that my spearman can go and poke this thing. Swoop. You're going to go back and heal. Yeah, I need to research. So it starts with the aristocracy researched, and I always keep that up because I figure there's probably a reason why. That's probably a reason why that was automatically selected. And then, but that's the thing is I could just switch to military drill right now. It's a terrible idea. Anyway, I think it's because I get the ambassador. I think that's important.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the ambassador.
Yeah.
Can do good stuff,
then I'll need to get there. So I can favorite that so my goldfish brain can remember. All right. All right, I still need wood. And that's not wood. Those are olive trees. That's wood. And we can get more wood here. Oh, wait, but I can get a pasture. Oh, my goodness.
You can get both chop and pasture.
Chop. Chop. Pasture, which is good because it uses wood. Where's that worker that I wanted to build? Yeah. All right.
You have 2 orders left, so you can assign a governor in Harumatum.
The sea tile's more interesting with water events or pirate mechanics. Yeah, I think right now it's more like terrain blocking. The ships have special promotions. I don't know if these ships do. Yeah, there we go. So they do have like specific promotions. We can probably move to the next scenario. We can look at how boats work in there because I think that's more interesting. Here we're kind of building up the military, right? We already have, so like we have a civilization at this point, and we're trying to expand into an empire more. So maybe we should do that, and we can hop in there.
Also about
Next.
boats in general, it really depends heavily on the map you're playing. So on some maps you might have a continent and then smaller islands to the side, and if there are some aggressive tribes on those islands, then they will raid you also across water, making water more important. But at the same time, I would say that probably naval gameplay as a whole is not the strongest part of our game, because the special promotions are fun, but there is also often there just isn't as much reason to fight at sea as there is on land.
Oh, I don't have this version of the game. Doesn't have a completed scenario 2 on it. Hold on.
Oh, right, to unlock the next.
Are you looking to import, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so when I try to start the third scenario, it's mad at me because I haven't beaten the game yet on this version. But it's okay, because I have a save, so I can just upload that. But it'll be a problem for me for the fourth scenario, because I've never beaten the third one on this account.
Might be able to, 1 second here.
There was an active discussion about naval combat in the comments. Yeah, there are definitely games that do it better than others. I think it's a pretty difficult problem for X games in general, and what it usually amounts to is the lack of things for which you would like to fight over, because there isn't that much over in the oceans. So then you maybe instead just have systems where you're fighting for control of a coastline, because you can blockade trade, or you can block movement, or something like that. But it's pretty difficult, because also in reality and in history, you always needed navies for supply lines, and that's one of the things that tends to be very simplified in most games, except some really, really hardcore ones. So naval mechanics are hard.
Yeah.
And this scenario that Amanda's trying to load up now, the third one in the Carthage campaign, it does actually have special naval mechanics, because that's a Navy-oriented scenario.
So it's named me. Let's see.
But only if you can actually find a safe.
Yep. The let's see, right? Because I was on pre-flight. The I don't know. I think the naval combat's. Oh, the other thing with the naval combat is in this era, they really they did ramming a lot. So naval combat was a lot more rudimentary than we even represent it in game.
No, like in terms of tactics, yeah, even the fancy promotions that we have there, mostly made up, because antique naval combat was you ram the other boat and hope that it breaks, and then you try to kill the crew there. So even if we have nice animations which show the boat sort of turning to the side and firing a volley at the enemy boat, that's not what happened. It just looks cool.
Yeah.
So I'm having issues loading up the save that you passed me, Solver. It's not unlocking the third scenario.
Is it a second scenario save or the third scenario save?
Yeah, it's the second scenario save. That's victory.
Yeah, I think you need to load it, and then you need to play a turn maybe to get.
Play a turn.
Yeah,
okay.
Because
I sent you a message as well for how to
shift 6 it or something.
You might be able to edit the game options to open that.
Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I was just saying I sent you a message as well.
I see. Yep. That sounds even more complicated.
Yeah, try Solver's method.
See, that's what happens when you've beaten the scenario like 20 times. Then you get confused as to which computer and which account you beat it on and when. And,
I didn't even think about that. What account am I even on? All right. For import. Yeah, and if you can pass me one for scenario 3, then we can show 4. I don't know if we're gonna have time though. We have about 15 minutes left. No, don't do that. All right. I'm gonna pick something. You won. You can beat it. It's possible. All right. All right, there we go. I got okay.
Yeah, Amanda's so good she can beat a scenario in like 3 minutes.
Mad skills.
Yeah, so at noon we're going to switch to the multiplayer game. Yeah, okay, and I have 4. We're not going to go to 4. Probably not going to have time. All right. Sorry, technical difficulties. Oh, right, and I'm not sharing the right screen anymore. There we go. Thanks, everyone.
That looks familiar.
Yeah. And some of the portraits are some from our dev team. So this is Mustafa, actually. He's one of our engineers. He's amazing. But now he's our enemy. Or wait, no, is he? Yeah, Rome.
Yeah,
he's evil.
He's definitely the enemy.
So my quest is to build 2 Kothons. You want to describe what a Kothon is? I don't even know how to pronounce it correctly.
The Carthaginian special protected military harbor, which here in the game it boosts your ship production, and in reality it was where the navy was built and repaired and so on. And here, if you zoom out a bit, Amanda, you'll see that this third scenario, it starts off bigger in every way, so there's more stuff. And then on Sicily, you're already in combat. With Rome, you begin at war. So the first 2 scenarios maybe go a little bit easy on you. Here, you begin at war. There are some damaged units. You have your ships, and stuff is happening. So Rome is attacking, and it's never easy to deal with Rome.
Yeah. So
there
so I'm playing on this the strong. So I have the these units. I think at the higher difficulty levels you don't. Yeah. And they've already attacked, so they kind of have a wall. All right. Let's see. Does the game have combat? Yes, it does. Oh. And it's like unit combat. So we'll do combat soon. I can just show you. Wham! And he's gonna probably die next turn Actually, he can't because we're kind of walled in. So this one can attack, and that's really it. I need to build the 2 Kothons. We have another question. Portraits have a CC ribbon on it. I think that's mainly, a lot of them are kids that have CC on them. That's the community content. So we had a contest quite a while ago where you could have your family members put into the game. So pretty cool. And so we have access over here to these. Malacca, I'm going to build a Kothon here.
Yeah, you'll see that CC icon show up on certain events as well, as we were taking allowing the community to submit events on Discord.
Gonna be bad. I'm gonna switch and put the second Kothon in here. What? No. No. Fine.
I spent time deciding what you started building there.
Oh,
so you
here we
just go in and.
See, these barbs always get me. It's rough. Gotta be careful.
That's why I have the one spearman there to fight them off.
Yeah, when I was going trying to attack them, that's always the wrong choice. All right. Oh, right. So, okay. So we have my boats. Trying to get this figured out. All right. I want the not leader one. Oh, wait. Is this a... Yeah, that's a quicquereme, which is not a trireme. It's a quinquereme, which I think means that it has 5 sails.
Yeah, it's five rows or 4.
5 rows.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a fancy campaign unit.
Pretty high
So
strength.
it can... I think it also... The anchoring, it has more anchoring. Right?
I don't think so, but...
It's just my brain.
Some of them could, because there could be a random promotion. We have a promotion that extends the anchoring range, but normally they don't. Normally they anchor just like triremes.
So we have a commander. So he's happy if seeing units adjacent. Combat, tough. And then it also has amphibious, which I'm going to take, which is not a boat specific. Oh no, I spent all my points. So overwhelm attacks at an arc, but I think that's only for the naval unit. And coxswain is route, which is just like the horse ability. Okay, here.
There's coxswain and grappler. That's 2 boat specific promotions.
And fire ship. Fire ship is my favorite.
Yeah, fire ship is sort of the suicide into the enemy and do lots of damage promotion.
You guys planning to open the in-game wiki to community contribution? You mean like the encyclopedia?
I can answer that one, that this one is not going to have community contributions because this is not written by us or filled by us at any point. It reads the game data and then it shows whatever is in the game data there. So there is no method of adding stuff there manually except what's in the game. But of course, we're looking forward to community guides, and I think somebody has already started a general community wiki on some site that has information about the game.
So many things I can build. And we only have like a minute left, so but yeah, the boats in this 3rd scenario get a lot more action very early on. So like we start out, we have to defend Panoramas, and then the Roman Navy will come and making sure that your military is built up enough that you can fight. This is really like a military scenario. The other 2 are definitely a lot more like building up to be this beautiful empire that then has to defend itself against Rome. And then the 4th scenario will be following Hannibal Barca while they start over here, and then they go and take Rome. So that's going to be do that. Yeah, so that's going to be it for us for now. And it's lunchtime, I'm sorry. We're going to we're gonna pause here, and we're gonna have the community stream is gonna start, which will be John hosting, and it'll be, I think, 4 or 5 people signed up for that today. I don't know. You have anything you want to add, Solver? With the scenarios?
Yeah, not in particular. Just happy to have them released. Looking forward very much to feedback and what the players make of it. We'll be reading Discord actively.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching the campaign.
Yep. Thanks, and definitely check us out on Discord if you have more questions. And I hope you enjoy launch day. We certainly are. All right.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Yep. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.